Hello and welcome to day 19 of your challenge. Today we're going to start the activity of trying to search for opportunities throughout our day. Now, this is a little bit difficult because most times we don't actually know what the opportunity is, and so that makes it really difficult to spot. If you don't know what you're looking for, right, it makes it very difficult to try to actually find. So for this, you kind of have to do a little bit of surrendering some control here, right? You have to let go of looking for something very specific and instead leave yourself open to the possibility. So in order for you to be able to really truly spot opportunities as they are happening in your day, present life, we need to actually do a little bit of backtracking so that you can see what I'm talking about opportunities presenting themselves from some of your past experiences. So you don't have to get too deep and heavy here. You can choose anything. It doesn't have to be abuse related or trauma related. It can be literally any experience that left an impact on you. So for example, when we're in our teen years, right, it always seems that the sky is falling for various reasons. And so when we're even younger than that, when we're 5 years old, breaking a shoelace is like the end of the world, right? So I'm just looking for any experience at all that caused you to feel in that moment that things were difficult. And then I want you to use the sheet that is in your workbook, write in the experience. It can be very brief, that's fine, shoelace breaking, whatever. And then I need you to write in the second column what opportunity that may have presented it for you. So this may be a little bit more tricky. For some things like breaking a shoelace, there may be no opportunity there whatsoever. But for other things, for example, being a teenager and losing a friendship group or, losing one friend, of course, at that time would be extremely difficult to deal with. But perhaps that opened a door or even a tiny window or a crack in the house to allow you to actually meet somebody new. So the goal here is to actually look and see were there any positives that came out of that experience, no matter how negative it was at the time. So if we take myself, for example, I've had lots of different experiences like everybody else. The obvious one for me is the abuse itself that I went through as a child. Now, of course, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and I certainly wouldn't wish me to have to go through that again either. But I can't ignore the fact that I have become the person that I am today, with all the strength that I have, the love that I have for myself, the amount of value and worth that I put on myself, and the fact that I'm able to help others, that I've made a career out of helping other people to face their obstacles, whatever they may be, and be able to build a life that they truly deserve. I honestly don't know if any of that would be the case if I had not gone through that negative experience. So even though I wouldn't wish to repeat it and I wouldn't want to put it onto somebody else, I can't look at it all negatively. I must try to find, in order to heal from it, I must try to find something positive from it. And so that positive is the person that I've been able to become because of that experience. Right? A little bit of a lighter scenario might be my divorce when I was in my 30s. Of course, a very difficult experience. But now, since that divorce, I've moved countries onto a different continent. I've changed careers twice. And now I have met and married my husband and am a stepmom to 2 beautiful stepsons. Things that would not have happened if I would have stayed married. So again, not something that you necessarily want to experience again or that you would wish on somebody else. And you're not necessarily saying, oh, I'm so grateful that that happened. You can acknowledge the difficulty of the experience at that time, but still be able to see that there was something positive that came from that, which in turn allows you to change your thinking about that particular experience. Eventually, once you are able to see the positive that has come out of the negative situations from the past, then you're able to actually do the same thing in the present, in that moment that you are experiencing the difficulty. So using your workbook and the table that is provided for day 19, you go ahead and fill out the experiences. You can start in the past, but if you happen to be going through an experience right now, a situation that is difficult, feel free to include that in as well. This does not have to be solely about the past, considering the whole point is for us to not just look at our past experiences differently, but from this point forward, look at our life differently and all of the different experiences that we have on a day-to-day basis. So if you're going through a difficult time right now, include that in your experience list. You could break it down into the different factors as well. Same thing with the past. It doesn't have to be that one experience is just one thing. There could be several factors within that experience that are causing difficulty, causing strife within. And then look for the opportunity. Now, from the past, it's a little bit easier because you can look now and say, if that hadn't happened, I might not actually be in this job I have now, or with this person I'm with now, or whatever. The more difficult thing is when you're living it right here and now. It's very difficult to try to see what the opportunity may be, right? We don't have a crystal ball, but you can guess. You can guess at whether or not this is opening a door for you, that there's maybe a better opportunity. Maybe you've applied for a job that you really wanted and you've just learned that you didn't get it. And so you're feeling heartbroken over that. It was something you were really looking forward to. You can allow yourself to grieve the loss of that job and be unhappy about the fact that you didn't get it. But you can also look at the fact that perhaps that wasn't the actual right job, and this is leaving you open for the opportunity to apply and get the job that really is a right match for you. Right? You might be wrong in what you are thinking is the opportunity. A completely different opportunity may lie ahead. The point isn't that you're right about the opportunity. The point is that you're looking at the experience differently. You start looking for an opportunity, which means you're more likely to recognize it when it arrives and take it.